Hey guys, this is how to mount graphic design work on your Matboard. So just first off, I'm going to go over the needed materials. Need, of course, your artwork. Also, Matboard. Also, a light duty X-Acto knife. That's going to be for cutting paper. A heavy duty X-Acto knife. That's going to be for cutting your Matboard. You'll need spray adhesive. Also, a ruler, preferably a ruler with a non-slip back or a cork back for preventing any kind of slippage during your cutting. And lastly, a pencil or any kind of pen or marker just for making marks while you're measuring. Okay, so let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is cut down my paper to size. I'm doing a 12 by 18 board, so and this will be flush mounted, so I'm going to cut this down to 12 by 18. And as you can see, there are small marks on each corner, and basically that's just the crop mark settings that you put on your whatever program you're printing from, whether it be Adobe or any other program. You can always select trim marks in your printer settings and get these to show up. So basically I'm going to take my ruler here, I'm going to line up one end of the trim mark with the other end. Move that so you guys. I'm going to take my light duty X-Acto knife. Notice where my hand is placed, where my thumb is not out, or I don't have my hand here outward to prevent any kind of cuts. So I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife and just kind of slide down really gently. Also, just kind of guide your hand down as well so the paper doesn't slip. And just repeat on the other side. All right, last side. Okay, so you see I got my artwork cut down now. So now I am ready to go ahead and take my Matboard and just kind of position it. And the next step, I'm just going to take my spray adhesive here. And for safety purposes, always use spray adhesive outside or in a well-ventilated area. So you don't want to get, cause any kind of chemicals to get inside you or anything like that. Right now I'm in a well-ventilated area, so I'm able to spray indoors. So what you want to do is take your spray adhesive, take that, just kind of do a sweeping motion. Of course not on your mat though, so please do not forget to do that. And you also don't want to do it on, you do not want to do it on your self-healing cutting mat as well, because you want to use this in the future and you don't want to get any old adhesive on the front of your artwork or mess it up or any kind of way. But just to show you what I'm going to do, I'm just taking this spray adhesive and I'm going to do a few sweeps over kind of in a sweeping motion here, and just spray one coat, stop, wait for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then I'll come right back and then spray one more coat over. And then after that, wait for about another 30 to 45 seconds, and then you're ready to go. Okay, so now I've got the adhesive on the back of my artwork. It's just about sticky enough to go ahead and stick to my Matboard. I tend to like to use this corner to place the artwork on. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to quickly, real quick, just kind of line that up with the edges of your Matboard. Make sure you got a nice even side there. Sometimes I like to just kind of like push those to the edges a bit. Okay, it looks good enough. And then I usually take like a card or something flat, and then just like at a 45-degree angle, just kind of push that down onto the mat board. And what I usually like to do, instead of just using the card and placing it directly on the artwork, I like to take a piece of paper or a piece of trash paper or something like that. I just have a roll of trash paper here, so I'll just rip some off really quick. Show you the proper way of doing this. Yeah, I usually just like to take the trash paper and place it on top like that, and then take it, just rub that on like that. Okay, so that's pretty good and lined up. Make sure you don't have any bubbles going on there. Alright, so now as you can see, the adhesive has adhered to the backboard from the back of the artwork, so you kind of got that stuck. And now simply what I'm going to do is take my heavy duty X-Acto, take my trash paper again so I don't get any unintended marks or anything like that on my artwork. Then do the same thing with the mat board that you kind of did with the artwork, only now you're cutting with this box cutter here and you're cutting through the mat, but you don't want to cut the artwork. So basically what you're going to do is take this ruler, line it up to the very edge of the artwork, as you can see here. So I'm taking this, I'm lining it up to the very edge as far as I can get it. Then I'm going to take my box cutter here, or my X-Acto heavy duty knife as they like to call it. And same way, see how I'm doing my hand? Just like that, press firmly, and then just ease on into the cut. Don't try to cut really hard, just continue cut it like this. Just continually just do cuts until the blade is completely through the placemat. Okay, that's one side. I'm going to actually just flip this around. And again, just lining it up with the very edge there. Move over so I don't cut myself here, get myself positioned. See that? And now I'm just going to cut, like I said, just easily cut. If you cut too hard, the board's probably going to slip, and that's not what you want. You're going to get an uneven line that way. So like I said, just continually cut. Once you've cut enough through, the mat will free itself. And there you have it. You have mat board, paper, and that's what a flush mount is. Basically, there is no mat showing outside of the artwork dimensions. So this is your final product, and that is how to mat your graphic design work on a mat board.